Damien had really bad anger issues growing up. When Damien didn't get his way, he would throw things. He threw chairs at teachers. He threw chairs at me. He would run out the house. I parented out of guilt because his father wasn't around.
Mom moves around about 12 times. I would get angry because of the transition and to get that positive reinforcement, to have a stable life and friends. She had 6 long-term boyfriends before Steven. I was constantly losing my father figures. Life growing up was really hard.
You've been listening to my conversation with him. Does it seem like he's being realistic?
I don't think he's being realistic as far as I think he could work on it a lot more before he tries to put himself out there and have a plan B to get him through, you know what I mean, the hard times where this isn't going to take him right away.
Well, I think a dream is fine, but you've got to support yourself while you're doing it, or until you get it out there. You've got to bridge that gap. And I looked at the 8 jobs that Damien has had and the reasons that he lost them, and the excuses were pretty simple. Snowing, racist, too hot, no car license, scared that he would get beat up, he would fail the drug test, my mom babied me, I didn't have a stable environment, no college, and GPA was low, and failed the test at the Army. So, I mean, he says his boss was racist, he quit. It was snowing one day, he's not gonna risk his life. It was too hot.
Yeah. You're right.
But, I mean, come on, we don't just do the jobs we like.
Well, since I've been in the picture, that's what I've been trying to, tell Damien and show him through my work ethic. Nobody really likes to work. It's just an inevitability of life. We all have bills. We all have to take care of things. You can't just go in a grocery store and buy food on looks,
But
So
not
you
if
have
your
to put the
mother's
work
paying all your bills.
Yeah, not that either.
You're absolutely right. We want him to be prepared, and that's what my goal is, and that's what my job is. It's, dad now, is to make sure all my children are prepared. And that's where I feel like I'm failing Damien, because everything that I've attempted over the past 2 years, everything I've tried to show him, it seems like it doesn't stick, and I feel like I'm failing him.
Did y'all hear, he says he's going to be a social media influencer and he's going to get famous doing that. Did y'all hear his numbers versus the minimum entry numbers to being able to do what he wants to do?
Yeah, I saw that. And that's one of the things that's also, tell him. I said, if you're going to do it, you got to put the time in.
Some people do that, Damien. And you need to assume that you're not one of them. And you need to get a real job and assume you're not one of them. As it turns out that you are, and you're one of those people that makes $12,000 to $16,000 a year, then that's great. But you need to assume that ain't you, and get a job in the meantime. And then if you can turn it into that, great. But if not, you've got a job. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.